Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by I thought I had something this week. I don't. I lie. I don't have a special name for you. It's Mikey G. Wolfie 3. Hello, Mikey. You can be sad all you like, but I do not have a special name for you. Not this week. You're going to have to suffer. Repent for your lack of cool names.
This point in our lives where so much is going wrong in the world, and you can't even be arsed to nickname someone spontaneously off the cusp.
I know. Well, to be fair, it's not to be fair, this is an excuse. The clocks rolled forward. Yes, they rolled forward today. So I got an hour less sleep than usual.
Oh, you poor dear.
I know. And I like sleeping.
You're worse than my sister.
It lets me forget about things.
Andy's a happy person beneath it all.
Yes, yep, that's me. Mikey.
Beneath that, it's just pure rage.
It's apathy. It's a lot of apathy and Mikey, there is very, very little Transformers news this week, so I'm gonna throw this to you, Mikey. I've gathered this week from your DMs on Twitter to me that you've been watching some Deep Space Nine.
Some Deep Space 69ing.
Oh, geez, nice.
Is that a porn? Hang on, is that a porn parody?
I'd be sure. I'd be more surprised if it wasn't, because I'm pretty sure there's a porn parody of everything.
Space 60, but like, is DS9 too niche?
I don't know. It might be. It might have been a thing from a few years back.
Deep Space 69, they're like Deep Space 69 Season 1 marathon. There's a Season 1?
There's a marathon? All right, well,
these are all like Pornhub links, which is remind me of a news story I saw today. Which is that Pornhub is offering free memberships to anyone who confirms they are engaging in social isolation or distancing.
How can you confirm that?
By clicking I am doing it. Okay, so I'm looking at the images for this. This appears to be a Flash animation.
Oh, that's not right. That's not right.
One of the characters is a koala.
That's also not right. That's not Star Trek. That's not Star Trek at all. But Mikey, how far have you got with Deep Space Nine then?
I am in the middle of the opening arc for season 2.
Oh damn! Okay, so you've it's been 1 week and you've hammered through a good chunk of episodes.
Yeah. Well,
how
you may not believe this, but I've had the time.
This is true. How have you been finding it though?
Season 1 is the strongest season 1 by a significant margin of the Trek shows, really. That said, it frequently falls down, and it's interesting that it falls down in season 1 when it's trying to be like other Star Treks.
Yes, yeah. I will say that for the most part, apart from the Alan Moraine episode, even the badder episodes have some continuity and lead on to better things.
Yeah, no.
But if you standalone, they're not great. Like the Dax episode is not a good one.
Oh god, it really kind of highlighted how much I said it to you how much that actress was not comfortable in the role, because they hadn't. The Dax in season 1 is not the Dax we get in later series.
No, it's not.
They changed the character quite a bit, and she's a lot more like, I'm trying to appear worldly.
Yes, they kind of dropped the old man mentor aspect. Well, as hard as they were pushing it, they were pushing it really hard.
She becomes the laid back, like, I'm your buddy type.
Yeah, which is much better for her. It works way better.
Yeah,
but in the episode called Dax, which is meant to be her episode, she like has maybe 5 lines or something. It's ridiculous. it's all people around her talking about her.
It's a really weird episode because that should never have gone to trial. That would never have gone to trial. It's like, Curzon Dax. Well, it's the Dax's fault. Yes, but we can't kill one person because of we can't murder someone over this.
Mm-hmm.
Because she didn't do anything. Oh, well, she's got memories.
Yeah, it's ropey. It's an interesting idea, but it's really ropey. I think they even have an episode later on down the line in Deep Space Nine where they have this, not the exact same story, but a slightly similar style story with Jadzia. I can't remember
so. What I remember most about that episode before I saw it was the Cisco's comments on her.
Oh, yes.
Just like how Curzon was imperfect and I'm just getting to know my new friend.
Oh, I thought you meant, damn it, Dax, if you were still a man.
I'll punch your face because I'm Benjamin Sisko. That's what I do.
That's right.
Also, like the Q episode I thought was weak.
It's
like,
not
as much
great.
as I,
it's fun.
I love John Delancey.
Yes.
Who doesn't love John Delancey?
Yeah.
And like we all love the moment where Benjamin Sisko punches Q in the face.
Yes.
But that's it.
I heard rumors that it was primarily not meant to be a Q episode at all. It was just meant to be Vash, and then they kind of threw Q in there, which makes a lot of sense because he is super superfluous to the episode. So you can see that might have been a thing, and they just went, we've got John on the set. John, do you want to come in and read some lines? Yeah.
He was filming Tapestry. And
exactly.
I was just like, John, come here.
Come here, John. Gives a kiss. Did you enjoy the Storyteller, where we find out that Irish people can only tell stories when drunk?
Yeah, that was...
The Balrog is a dirty bastard. He's a piece of shit, and we don't like him. Everybody tell him you're bad. And the village is like, what? It's not. Also, I hate that episode.
Yeah,
I hate it.
There's also one that I really dislike just because I see huge potential in it, and it's something Star Trek's never done anything with. Like the only sci-fi I know that's done stuff with this is Farscape and Green Lantern, the animated series, with Babel.
Oh, that's a great episode.
I don't like that episode because I'm just thinking like every series kind of just pretends this whole different alien languages thing doesn't exist and that it's all being translated by computer. And I always want to see that episode where what if that breaks? Like something just so fundamental. And like I remember the first time I saw Babel, I was so excited and I was just like, oh, he's got a disease that makes him talk gibberish.
See, I like the idea that it's something that messes up the working part of your brain that associates the words. I think that's a really neat idea. It may not have been executed completely well, but I think the concept was really interesting. And you got some... you had the great stuff from Quark, which is like, you give me gold, pay now! And Sisko's like, what are you doing? No one skips out on the tab from me. Making sure he's not lying.
Oh, dear. They never really establish how the Starfleet officers get the latinum to pay people on the promenade.
No, because they pay Quark because he says, I'll put it on my tab, barkeep. It's like, well, what are you paying him in? Because Starfleet's apparently a moneyless society, but they have to get something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like you say, how are they paying for anything from the promenade
all the other shops and everything else? And I distinctly remember just like the episode about the where Quark has to sell his body, and at the end of it he tells Sisko, you can't store stuff here without paying a fee, and he's like, send me the bill. And it's like, how can you pay this?
Yeah, like what does that mean?
Like there's a distinct episode where Jake nags Nog about the fact that we've got no economy, ergo we're better than you.
Yes.
Which turns into Nog going like, I've worked myself half to death to get this, I'm not giving it to you. Which is also like Jake, when Jake did that, what a shit. It's Jake. Or Jake has a lot of moments throughout the series that do make you think like he skirts Wesley territory sometimes.
He does, but to be fair, I think he's punished enough from his season 1 outfits.
Yes, he is.
He is the one burdened with the worst outfits, I think, in Star Trek. I'm not sure anyone's had as terrible outfits as that poor kid.
Yeah,
like especially his one where it's like green, then it's like light blue, and then it's turquoise. Do you remember that one where they pour the porridge on him and it's like, oh, it's Odo, and like that awful, you should have seen Garak, mate. You needed to go. Garrick would have sorted you out proper.
Spy. He's
Exactly.
a spy, you know.
Yeah, first
It's
episode.
amazing.
Or
It's
second?
amazing to me. Third.
Third episode, okay.
It's amazing to me that Garrick was intended to be a once-off stand-in character.
And they just loved him, which is like,
Yeah.
oh, no, I can see that.
Yeah, but it's like, just when you come up with the concept of the character, you can't make that a stand-in character.
No.
Like,
It's too interesting of an idea.
And Andrew Robinson comes in and just goes like, hey.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, like, Ducat is painfully underused in the first season.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ducat, again, like, he's one of those characters, they clearly didn't know what they were doing with him.
Yeah.
They needed a face of Cardassians when they dealt with the Cardassians, and that was it. And
Yeah,
he was
pretty much.
he's pretty much completely interchangeable with most Star Trek once-off recurring villains.
Mm-hmm.
Like that Romulan who keeps showing up in TNG. What's his name?
The guy who played Jakar on Babylon 5, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty much Ducat, but a Romulan. In
Yes.
season one. In season one, I mean.
Yes.
And they never, like, I don't know. But then, like, there's some episodes, like, I like the one where the Resistance fighter tries to get Sanctuary on the ship, or on the station.
Oh, that's a really early one.
Yeah, I like that one.
So I'll tell you why. No, because he tries to blow up the wormhole, doesn't he?
Yeah. Because
That's right.
Because he's a massive racist.
Yes, a tiny bit. He's not very. He doesn't see the future very well.
No.
Kolmar, I think he is, isn't he?
Yeah. Bajora for the Bajorans and all that jazz.
If the Federation go, the Cardassians
for
will come
the-
right back here. No, they won't. Yes.
Are you
yes, they
sure?
will.
Because
Yeah,
they're
they
over there.
They won't have the wormhole. It's like, yeah, but your planet still has a lot of resources.
Yeah, they didn't
to
come
mine.
here for the wormhole.
No, they came to. Well, they came originally to help the planet and be like, oh, we'll help these guys, and then went, we'll take all your stuff.
I
Whatever.
like to think that they weren't actually going to stop, and then the cat got a look of like a Bajoran woman bathing and said, "We're turning that way."
I like this. I appreciate this, and I want to be inside of this.
many,
All of them. No,
many
all
times.
of them. All of them. I must impregnate the planet with Ducatians.
He did it. He did his best.
He did. He got, like, I wonder who wrote that, whether that was the actor who was like, make sure I get a lot of puss. Or if it was the writers, he was like, yeah, this guy's a fucking, he is abusing the shit out of his power.
Yes, he treats women very badly.
Yes. Well, he does, but he doesn't think he is, because he thinks he loves them, which is really, which weirder.
That's one of the most important things about Ducat.
Yeah.
Like, that he never, like, it's not that he sees what he, it's one thing to say, like, I don't see myself as a villain. It's another thing to say, I don't see my acts as monstrous.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can say I'm not the bad guy, but I'm being forced, my hand is being forced here to do something terrible. Mm-hmm. Whereas Ducat always says, like, I did exactly what needed to be done to save the situation. He always saw what he was doing as right. Like, there were no terrible acts, there were necessary acts.
Yeah. Star Trek, though.
Yeah. Hey, the card's over.
Yes. Yeah. Did you hear how it went?
Yes, I heard.
Yeah.
That was fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I've checked with other friends I know who've been watching it, and they watched it like dedicatedly because one of them is like the Trekkie, I would call them. And her response was, "I hated this. I hated every minute of this."
Wait, did she keep watching just because it was like
Star Trek?
Star Trek. Yeah,
it had a name. She said, like, objectively, this is bad. And then I saw someone says, like, on Twitter, just like, well, season 1 was such a success, and, you know, the numbers don't lie. Star Trek Garrick, or Star Trek Riker, or people started, like, throwing out names, and I'm just like, yes, the numbers don't lie, and that's why Prime Wars Trilogy is technically the most popular Transformers television series.
Yep. Yeah. I wouldn't want to see them ruin Garrick. Jesus.
Oh, God. Like, I read some suggestions people put forward, and we're just like, oh, no. You've been watching... just do Star Trek. Like, it's a weird thing to say. I love when shows innovate and everything else, and one of the best things about DS9 is that it took the formula and flipped it on its head.
Yep.
But it still was Star Trek.
Yes.
And there's a reason... Don't do ninjas. Don't do Elrond.
No, yeah.
Don't do Michael Burnham Like, there's so many better female leads you could have than Michael Burnham.
It's true. It's true.
She's a terrible human being. And a terrible Vulcan. And they made the Vulcans dumber in that show, and we all know I'm not a fan anyway.
No. That's probably why you like them in DS9, because there's only like one episode with them, and
Yeah.
it's the baseball one.
Yeah, which is like kind of calling out the bullshit of their entire philosophy. It's like, I am logical and don't feel petty. You clearly do.
You lost. Why are you happy? Because we had fun! This is illogical. This is stupid. Are you angry? Ooh, I think he's getting irritated. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Just flips out breaking necks. And then, there was that episode where that Vulcan goes nuts and tries to murder people.
Yes, yeah.
That was a bad episode.
Oh, yeah, that's the one with Ezra, isn't it?
Yeah, with the profiling, because it was really popular at the time, and then it turned out that profiling doesn't work. Because, hey, we executed a man based on a profile who actually was at the start like a key witness for our side, and then we said, oh, his profile says he did this, and then we killed him, and it turned out he was completely innocent.
Whoops.
Whoopsie!
I will say, though, in that episode's defense, they did create a very fucking cool gun.
Yes, that was a cool gun.
The teleporting bullet, that's really cool. That's a great idea.
I like to think Miles did that by accident. He was just tinkering away, he made it, and it got stolen.
Mikey, we both know if Miles was making it, it was so he could kill Keiko finally.
I just want Julian. I
just want to be happy.
I want my man. Why can't I have my man? They say it's wrong to have a man crush in the 90s, but by God.
Would you agree a good nickname for Julian is Blue Balls Bashir?
his balls match his outfit.
Yeah, it's true. He tries so many times.
He is also another one in the start. Like, it is amazing how they had no handle on the character. Like, it's so weird to think, like, because like Cisco, huge success from the start. O'Brien, great success. Kira, Odo, Quark. He's only very, very, very rarely in it. But Garrick, in season 1, they're all just hitting those notes perfectly. And then you've got Dax, you've got Bashir, and if I'd only seen season 1, I would have said they were miscast.
Yeah.
Which having seen the whole show, I know is very much not true. Dog needed to escape. But here's the question. Season 1, right?
Okay. Yes.
Favorite episode that isn't duet?
Oh, Mikey, don't be that guy.
I'm being that guy.
What's the last episode called? Because that's a really good ending.
Yeah, I was going to say that was my favorite.
Yeah. See, if it's not duet, it has to be that. It's not in the hands of the prophets. I can't remember. It's where they.
Oh no, I think it might be in. I think it might be in the hands of the prophets. I think so.
Because that's the introduction of Kai Wynn, who's a massive bitch as well.
Oh wow, and she's just like, it makes sense as well, like why she suddenly is making this push for power.
Yes.
Because I was thinking about it today, actually. Like, Bajor came together because of their religion, and they're incredibly fractured, and you find after major upheavals, whether it's social or military or whatever, that's fundamentalist ideas of unity, of simplistic unity, tend to gain a lot of ground.
And with the previous Kai, Opaka, being taken out of the picture in a fairly boring episode.
Oh, yeah.
It again gives another reason for her to kind of come into the picture. Because there's unrest within the religious sect as well. So that it all kind of works together. It's like, oh, it's very smart. Very smart. And it kind of loops back around to the first episode of trying to make sure that the Bajorans and the Starfleet are kind of at least working together. Yeah,
Cisco's speech in that it's not quite a Picard speech, but it's pretty good.
No, like he'll get better Picard speeches. I think he has some better Picard speeches later on in the series.
Yeah. It's never his forte.
No,
because every speech he gives is slightly like you can really feel the sense that I want to shoot someone is rolling underneath it. Like I'm giving this speech because I'm not technically allowed to kill you. I could though, because I'm Benjamin Sisko and I'm literally God. But that's another thing. Like, Emissary has a lot of good moments in it, but they clearly were not planning the prophets to be what they became. Like,
no,
they were. It was much safer then.
Yeah.
because I was looking it up, and the showrunner there was he was like an old school Trek showrunner, I think.
Oh, Gene Roddenberry kind of guy.
No, not quite. Like, what's his name? Because it was before it was Michael Piller. That was it.
Oh, okay.
'Cause, like, Michael Piller, he was inventive, but he was like, oh well, I'm doing Star Trek. I do Star Trek things.
Yeah.
And then Michael Straczynski came in and said, like, hello, we're gonna have a war. That's going to last for 4 years.
And it was good.
Good war. But yeah, DS9, not a bad show.
No, very good.
If I hear someone say Picard or Discovery is better than it, I will find you.
I did watch one episode last night of it, which was part one of the Gabriel Bell stuff. Past tense.
Oh God,
is that it? Past tense.
I haven't thought about that one in a lot. That's really weird to see. Because not only is it like, oh look, we're set in the modern day, but it's set like it was when Star Trek was really trying to avoid, because they were really aware that 1990 did not turn out like 1960s Star Trek predicted it would.
Do you know what year it is, isn't it, Mikey?
Is it 2020?
It's 2024 or 25, something like that, and I'm just sitting there going, oh no.
The eugenics wars have wiped out half our planet.
Oh no.
No, the distant, far-flung future, where cars are alive and everyone is a pig.
To be fair, that one's kept fairly like grounded for the most part. Everyone's using touch screens with little pens. It's like, something that could still happen.
We've dropped the little pens, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I scratched my old DS with them.
Oh no.
Yep, right down the middle of the touchscreen. I was like, why?
Why did you do that?
I don't even know how. It was a blunt. It's a blunt stick. It shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it shouldn't. No, the end of that episode is he gives his name as I'm Gabriel Bell. I like the idea that the second part starts up with Bashir, who's just in the background, just kind of going, "No, you're not."
His name is Cisco.
Yeah, your name's Cisco. Maybe this transporter thing got you here, and he's just like, "Shut up, man! I'm fixing the time stream, you piece of shit."
What if they'd gone back further into like the middle of eugenics wars, and then like Bashir just out of nowhere says like, "I will lead you, for these are my people." Khan.
I do kind of like how, even though it is a retro thing, it does kind of explain how Julian can just do things.
Yeah, no,
because there's quite a few times in the earlier seasons where, like, do you remember the chick who needs the wheelchair because she can't move in Our Gravity?
Yeah, and he ends up making something for her, and it was just like, holy shit.
Yeah, and her reaction is, "Oh my god, you've done that!" And it's just like, well, no one's really taken a look at it for a few years, and I've just kind of dabbled with it, and you go. And then, obviously, looking back, it's like you're a genetic freak and have a super brain, and you go, whether that was intended when they wrote it and when, okay, this will make sense, or whether they just did it and it just happened to be a happy coincidence, it does kind of help in some ways. Because he does that quite a few times in the series.
He
does.
What's
it? The Armageddon virus in the season 2 episode, Armageddon game. Where O'Brien gets infected, it's like, who cures that disease that was created by these two aliens? It was Bashir. He fixed it. It's like, oh, okay, wow, he fixes a lot of diseases. Not all of them. He didn't fix the blight, but we never really talk about that again.
True.
Sorry, people.
Yeah. Well, maybe he did. Maybe he went to the Dear Doctor school of, disease management, and sort of thought that something was going to evolve up afterwards if they wiped them all out. That's not how evolution works,
isn't it?
Not even slightly.
Well, history will be our judge, Mikey.
Yes, I am. They did it. They made the show. I'm judging it. Phlox is a monster.
New history will judge us. If we do it enough times, I'll be proven
sat there
right.
And said, they're on the cusp of an evolutionary advancement, and that's why we need to let these other people die.
I remember that episode. I was like, I don't know.
We're not all waiting with little switches inside us, waiting for someone to flick them and go, evolve!
Yeah, that's one of those. That was one of those Enterprise episodes where you just kind of sat there going,
You didn't. You just wanted to do a Prime Directive thing, and this Brannon Braga.
This was the best you got. Oh no.
Oh dear.
But yeah, that was a little bit of Star Trek. We'll probably talk more about DS9 next week, probably, because that's how it goes. Because we only have 2 stories of value to talk about this week in the world of Transformers, because, there might be a virus popping about that is slowing down everything or kneecapping everything.
I like that. There might be.
Andy
the virus truther.
Yeah, exactly.
There might be a virus. Maybe. I don't know. Where's the evidence?
Yeah, the government needs to prove it to me. I'm an anti-corona
vaxxer
person. Vaxxer, yeah. Anti-corona vaxxer.
We've made a vaccine for it. It's been sabotaged. Why? It wasn't real. As he jumps off the plane.
With my parachute attached, of course.
Coughing as he goes. I feel fine.
It's all good, brah. That's my line. We're going to kick off with the New Age Toys Legend Scale H1 3D holder.
Hold the door.
Yeah, is that really what we're going for?
I don't know. It makes me think of Game of Thrones, so I automatically hate it.
It's the Black Starscream. It's basically the color scheme that they use on a eHobby exclusive G1 Starscream. Oh god, from 2001. Oh no.
Yes, Andy, that was a long time ago. You were a child.
That was 19 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
you were
Yes,
a
it
baby.
was.
You were wickle babies.
Oh my god.
Wickle baby, wickle baby Andy.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Full of shame.
Yeah.
Telling people that those pants were stained when he got them.
It were. So, for this figure, they've even gone with his slightly translucent-y black. Not on the wings, but on some parts of his body, and his gold as well. It looks like they've tried to keep fairly faithful to the original version of it, I suppose. But it's just it's another one, and it comes with another part of the space bridge. So if you want that space bridge, you gotta get them all, I guess. Mikey.
Yes.
I know that you've yearned sexually for a space bridge in your life. Are you going to be getting this one?
I mean, I was so close. So very, very close. But sadly, I will say no. Partly because I'd rather get the Thundercracker for this one. And partly, while I think this is a good color scheme, and I think it works fairly well in robot mode, that jet mode clashes with itself.
Yeah, it doesn't have a good smooth look to it, mainly because of the translucent parts just right in the center of it.
Yeah, it's not too bad in robot mode.
No.
In jet mode, oh boy. He does come with like a ton of the Starscream accessories. Weirdly,
right?
He doesn't come with the crown.
Oh no, you're right. He comes with a cape though. That's
yeah.
odd.
So I like the idea he just has a cape.
Do all of them come with the cape then? I can't remember.
No, I don't remember. But
does that mean you could have them all caped up like knights? Because that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd like that. But I just like the idea that this guy just has a cape. Like, I like the idea that maybe it's a way to distinguish. Like, his distinguishing thing is that he has big shoulder pads and he has a cape.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
And he carries around half a space bridge with him.
Well, it's for when you meet up with the other Seekers, you can all get home together.
Yeah. So for those nights out where you don't want to drive.
Yeah, exactly. He also has a screamy face as well. Where he's constantly going, ah.
Yep.
Do you have anything else you want to add to this, Mikey? Because the release date for it is in April, presumably, unless things happen.
It was.
Yeah.
Which is reminding me, I actually now have time to get a pre-order in for a Nicey.
Hey! Nice.
Nice. If I can get the money sorted. But,
well, that's the thing, yeah.
Yeah. And also I'm probably going to pre-order those little Final Fantasy VII Polygon figures because they're not out until August.
Are they not? I thought they were August.
They're out.
Jesus.
They're out in Japan, but they're going to be officially released on this side of the pond in August.
Oh, really?
Like, I could get them from Japan, but no.
Why? How much are they from Japan?
The cheapest I've seen for all 8 is 150
pounds.
Yes.
Oh my god, no! What?
Yep.
Are they not on like HLJ for like normal money? Or is that the normal price for them?
That is the big that is what they are now because they sold out pretty damn fast.
Oh my god. Well, I guess that makes sense, but oh my god.
Like, Mandarake is not kind on these ones.
No, it probably won't be. I could imagine that. Yeah. Woof.
It's not quite
Okay.
Dangerous Zombie, but it's...
I mean, for what they are, it kind of is. In a different sense. You know.
But yeah, like Big Bad is doing them, I think, for $70 for all 8.
Okay, so when you said they're coming over to this side of the pond, what you meant is they're going to America. I thought you meant
Yeah.
coming to the UK.
Yeah, but no, like I would pay the Big Bad price
Mm-hmm.
because I think like under under $10 for each, I think is pretty reasonable.
Are they coming in like a big box where you get like multiples, or is it just like the set?
It's a set with a secret hidden figure that everyone knows what it is.
Is it Red 13?
No, the set is Cloud,
Uh-huh.
Tifa,
Uh-huh.
Barrett,
Uh-huh.
Red,
Uh-huh.
Aerith, Reno, Sephiroth,
Right.
and
Marlene's the secret character.
I wish, but no,
No,
it
you
is
don't.
Dress Up Cloud
Oh, okay. Yeah.
with the pigtails.
So there's going to be a series 2.
I hope so because
There is no Vincent, Mikey.
there is no Vincent, there is no Sid, there's no Yuffie.
There's no
Yeah.
Kate Sith either.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
but like who would you have to like if you did 8 characters?
Mm-hmm.
So like that would give you 4. So who are the other
Sang.
4 going to be?
Elena.
Elena, Rude, Sung, and Reno. Not Reno, Rufus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit that's very logical, but a little boring.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm
What?
sorry
It's a-
we're completing the fucking Turks.
Yeah, I know. I love it's the Turks, man. Do not imply that I do not love the Turks.
Mhm.
But I'm just like, if we spread them out, we could get a season 3 out of it,
All right, okay.
and we could get Heidegger and Palmer.
I was gonna say, do you want me to get like I won't say obscure, but weird, because you could get the
Johnny,
the-
I could get Johnny.
What about the guy who runs the Gold Saucer? You know, the muscly dude.
God, Don. What was his name? Not Don. It was something else.
Yeah, it's not Don Corleone.
No, we could get him.
You could get Dine as well.
Yeah, Dine with his weird arm.
Yeah.
Johnny. I could get Johnny. I love Johnny. Johnny has been confirmed for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Hurrah.
Yeah, Johnny's amazing.
Oh, you
Johnny.
could get-
Johnny is the secret hero.
A Chocobo.
Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised there isn't one, to be honest.
Same, actually.
Not surprised there isn't like a Muggle because they weren't really important in. Final
Oh,
Fantasy
mate,
VII, but-
that was the easiest way to get GP. You could get the Moogles to fuck in that one game.
Oh yeah.
unless you
wanted.
wanted to hurt yourself and actually do the proper games.
I didn't mind most of the proper games.
I hated them.
But you were all right having 2 Moogles, basically drugging 2 Moogles into having sex.
Yeah, well, you didn't
You
drug
drugged them. You gave them nuts. They got high off nuts, and
Yeah,
they
it's-
fucked.
It's not medicine. You just like it's like giving some
You
people
drugged them.
oysters.
You roofied them. You roofied the Moogles.
That would not make 2 Moogles fuck if they were both roofied. That's not how roofies work. One has to be roofied, the other one doesn't. That's the usual.
Well, in that
kit and
case, you
caboodle.
made one of them a monster.
Oh well, I could believe that. I could easily believe that.
Poor Mog.
Yeah. Oh, you could do the weapons, the ones that were in the outside world, technically,
What?
because they had chibi ones. So Emerald and Ruby
Yeah,
and
I've seen.
Ultimate.
Yeah, I'm trying
High
to think.
Wind.
High,
sub.
I would love if they did the
sub.
vehicles.
Yeah.
I'd also love it would be a silly little thing to do, but like the cities,
Oh, that'd be nice. That could be
Like,
cute.
little,
Some of them anyway.
a little bit bigger, but like a Junon, a Midgar,
Bugenheim?
Cosmo Canyon. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Nibelheim obviously would be one.
I just mean Bugenheim as in the
Oh.
guy.
Yeah, you'd have to give him a little stand.
No,
Because he has no feet.
Well, wasn't he always sat on a materia?
I could never tell if he was sat in a material or just floating.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure of what that model was trying to achieve either. It was
just
very
like-
confusing visually.
Maybe like it was a horrible disability. that was
he
actually
just
like
had a
some-
giant ball for a torso.
Yeah, like that was like Midgar technology. Instead of a wheelchair, we give you a ball.
I don't want this life. It's too bad. That's what you get.
You'd have to. I'd love to get a Shinra soldier, just a Shinra grunt.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Like, that'd be great. But yeah. But yes, so I will be hopefully pre-ordering those in the next week or so.
As we've slowly planned out like 5 seasons worth of stuff or more. And they'll be progressively harder and harder to obtain, I'm sure. Because that's how these things usually work.
Yes.
Zach.
Oh, how did we forget Zach?
Because he's not in the story that much for being super important to the story.
But it's like the fact that in the first game to find out Zach's backstory is optional.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I mean, I love those moments where you go down into the lab and it goes like, oh shit. And it's real, because it explains a lot about why Cloud is the way he is.
Yep.
Beyond just the fact that he fucked up. But
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bad choice that they made that an optional part of the game. I mean, it won't be for the remake. That'll be in the game. That'll be unskippable.
I'm assuming we're going to be seeing Zack in the first game. Like, seeing Zack.
Maybe.
Because they've bumped up Sephiroth's role.
Yeah. Well, it won't be long until the game's actually out now, will it?
Couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because GameStop are a bunch of assholes for reasons that I won't deal with. I switched my pre-order to download, so I'm basically just going to say no one touch the computers for a couple of days.
As you try and download it.
Yeah, because it's 100 gigs.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Basically, I need to get about 40 downloaded so it'll work, and then by the time the rest is done, I guarantee you I will not have finished the game.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, because it's still meant to be on 2 Blu-rays?
Yes.
So. Yeah, I think I'll buy a physical version just to save on everything.
I wanted physical, partly because I love physical, and partly because I wanted the art book, but GameStop are fuckers.
To be fair, there'll probably be a better art book coming out in the future anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So.
But yeah. Were we talking about Transformers?
We were. You can take us on to the next story if you like. Like I say, these are our only 2 stories, so we've got to fill it with some fun things to talk about.
we have a public service announcement, and that's about it. TFC Toys S03 Leviathan, the G1 Ripper Snapper, has been revealed. This is their stylized version of the old shark-legged boy, a land shark, if you will, who is one of the Seacons. We see him in his robot mode, his beast mode, and his arm mode. But although as a Scramble City Combiner, presumably he can do all the legs. All the limbs, rather. The shark mode is okay, but not super remarkable.
Yeah, there's something about the shark mode which I'm not fully on board with. I think it's the head. I don't like the head design.
I'm not crazy about the head. It's also weirdly lanky. Like, it's got a shark's head. Yeah, it's got a shark head and a kaiju body. And there's a bad habit of people doing Ripper Snapper kind of toys and making the body too long.
It's giving me horrible flashbacks to the baby Godzillas from the Emmerich movie. That's a lot of fish.
That's a lot of fish.
That's a lot of fish. Also,
did you know Jurassic Park came out?
No.
I haven't heard of it
before.
Oh, good. No one will know what we're referencing then. His robot mode's fine. I find the big shark head at the back really distracting. I see what they're going for, but I wish that had folded up a bit more. But the limb mode looks good, and I really like the hand.
Oh, the hand's really cool. Yeah, the fingers can splay open. That's a really neat feature. It's a shame we can't see the inside of the hand just to see how all of the joints work. Like, can the fingers turn, or are they just bendable? Yeah,
already on just straight hinges. Looks like the thumb is on an inside hinge, but it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you'd hope so.
I kind of hope they're not turnable, because that would suggest ball joints, and I'd like, on a big hand like that, I'd like hinges.
Yeah, hinges would make it a bit more manageable, I grant you.
Any other thoughts on Satan Abominus?
Any thoughts on Satan?
Leviathan? Satan, your lord and master.
Not particularly. Like you, I think it would have been a nicer idea if the head could have kept in the same position, but like you say, collapsed down a bit because it seems to be a big lump hanging off the back, and like you say, they are trying to emulate the original toy, which is fine, makes sense. But it would have been nice from my perspective as well if they could have done a bit more with it. The legs or the shins in robot mode looks strange. Maybe they won't look as strange when they're painted up, but it looks like they're quite bitty.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And I think that's because that's one of the limbs, either the arms or the legs of the fish mode, that's kind of been scrunched up and put in there. I don't know which one it is though. But the actual feet on him are quite nice. I like how it's not robot feet and they are just kind of more monstery kind of feet.
Yeah, it is. It's it looks like transforming him. You'd pull a bit of a trick and move the main legs of the monster mode. They seem like they fold into the robot legs, but then the feet on them are somehow dragged into the center. So I think there's a bit of trickery going on with that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not too bad.
No. I am liking the overall aesthetic choices made. It's just, maybe it's just like, I've never been crazy about Ripper Snapper's design anyway.
He's not the most... I don't think
he ain't a blot.
He's the most interesting. Hey, no, he's not blot. He's not the most. My favorite was always Cinetwin. I like the color scheme on him.
Yeah. I just hope they do a better Hunger than a lot of people do.
How many R's will there be in his name?
Hunger. They'll probably just call him Gar.
Gar. That'll be his third-party name, Gar. I wonder if they could get away with that.
Yeah, probably. He'd just be like, oh, Gar, he's a pirate.
Oh, no.
That's
how you do Thunder Hoof? Thunder Hoof? No, not Thunder Hoof.
Clash.
Yes, that's how you do Thunder Clash. Who no one's ever... Like, where's our third-party pirate original character Transformers? Or at least tweaked, shall we say. So you could do the Red Alert dude, Cannonball. You could do Thunder Clash. You could do Flame War and pirate her up a bit. And then you do a few other characters who you know but have been tweaked slightly.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah. It won't happen because original characters don't sell for third-party stuff, unfortunately.
No, must be the G1. Must be the G1.
It's a bummer. I get it. I understand, but it's always a bummer.
I put the blame squarely on the people.
I thought you were going to say you and blame me, and I was going to be like, for fuck's sake, it's not my fault. Jesus.
Isn't it?
I mean,
Can
maybe.
you, in good conscience, say it's not?
I can never, in good conscience, anything. For safety's sake.
The other bit of thing I wanted to throw in there was for public service. As we all know, a lot of delays on things and halts being put on at the moment. Diamond has announced that they are putting a halt on all comics going forward for the next month or two. So we do have a comic show for next month because all 3 comics came out. That would be Galaxy's main Transformers book and Transformers vs. Terminator. The month after, we will not have a Transformers comic show anyway. We'll probably have to do one of the other books as a main thing.
Oh man!
And then probably come up with something for the Patreon.
Even specialer.
Okay. But yeah, just a heads up, guys. If you are planning to buy any comics of any type in the weeks going forward, you ain't buying them physically. Maybe you'll be able to get them on Comixology, but that hasn't been confirmed one way or the other.
Yeah, because Diamond's... did you say Diamond was shut down, did you?
Yeah. Well, Diamond's basically shut down all shipping.
Yeah. Man.
Fun times. Yeah. But hey, EastEnders is apparently only filming twice a week now, so that's good.
Instead of what exactly?
Don't know. It means there's less soap operas in the world, and I'm happy because of that.
Yeah. I bet his neighbor's still going, Mikey. That's a real question.
Neighbors. I have no idea. I've never sat down and wondered really what happened to Neighbors.
Didn't you?
What went wrong?
That's where I was gonna call him Tim Hemsworth, but that's not his name. Chris Hemsworth came from.
Okay,
wasn't it? It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'm not sour on Chris Hemsworth the person, just Chris Hemsworth the actor.
Okay. Is there? I didn't realize we were separating man from actor.
I think it's important because I'm sure he's fine as a person.
Okay.
But I'm just like, it's been a while since I've seen him in anything I consider well done.
Oh, okay. No, that's fair.
But yeah. anything else news-wise that popped
Transform-wise?
up since we
Jesus.
started?
No. No, it's been pretty silent, but I don't think that's super surprising given what's going on at the moment.
No, Hasbro has said they're shutting down themselves, so it would be a
Yeah.
little surprising if we had much going on.
It means they're lazy, if you ask me. Lazy. Fucking bullshit.
Lazy Hasbro motherfuckers.
I suppose then, Mikey, I can ask you what you've been up to this week, apart from watching Deep Space Nine, which it sounds like you've obviously done a lot of because you've gone through more than 24 episodes.
Yeah,
so?
I've been looking for time sinks. I won't lie.
I mean, to be fair, if you wanted to be a real man, you could have literally done all those episodes in one day, one full day without sleeping and pooing.
Sleep for the week.
Actually, no. You could probably do it all within. I don't know. It would be less than 24 hours because not every episode's an hour. It's like 45 or something.
Yeah. So we'll say
You could have had a few hours sleep.
No.
Are you working it out?
16 hours.
See, that you could have done that. You could have done that.
Mm.
But apart from that, what have you done?
Let's see. Caught up on 01. So I'm up to episode 28 in that, which was an interesting one. It's one of the last ones of this tournament arc, which apparently a lot of people are really mad at 01 for Thouser as a villain. And I feel like they're slightly misplacing blame of the fact that he's fine. I just think this arc has gone on a bit too long.
Oh, I thought you said on Twitter earlier today it's because he was successful, which is why people don't like him?
that was another thing people said, like, well, I don't like he hasn't been beaten yet. I'm just like, but he's competent.
I mean, that's a good villain that they haven't been beaten. Didn't that mean that they're a big threat? And when they do, when the hero does win, it'll be a big deal instead of we do this every week.
Again, I didn't hear this until like just a random thing, and just like someone said on Twitter, I disagree with people saying 01 isn't very good. And I'm just like, who's saying this? Like, I have literally seen nothing but praise in it.
Oh, okay.
So that was just like, oh, there's this other subsection of rowdy Twitter.
What a surprise.
We don't go there. But yeah, so it had an interesting couple of ideas in this one. We got introduced to what if a Humagear was an asshole?
Okay.
Because
like a happy asshole, like J. Jonah Jameson?
Just turns around 1 minute and does the dickest, shittest thing. The kind of guy you just met him, he seems kind of cool. Oh, yeah, and then he just is just the biggest asshole.
Okay, yeah.
Like, also his name is MC Check It Out. Which is said completely seriously multiple times. You're completely right. MC Check It Out. This is also
check it out.
And this is also a political episode. So they're like MC Check It Out is frequently referred to do with politics. But yeah, just which makes sense. Like if these things are gaining sentience, it's not necessarily they're all going to be good people.
That's true. Yeah.
There's also a big reveal with Vulcan. With Fua, which I had already kind of guessed at, but I think is a really, really cool one. Right. And basically there was a scene like 5 episodes before that kind of hinted something weird was going on, but they never even looked at it twice, so I kind of forgot about it. And now it's like, you were laying groundwork. So yeah, and some good, an okay fight in this one. It's the main fight is Vulcan versus Thouser, and then Horribee gets involved. And which is fun because like there's some really good special effects for that one. But yeah, they also introduced a new form for Valkyrie. But I suspect she ain't going to keep this for very long.
Oh, it's going to be one and done kind of thing.
I'd say you maybe get a short episode run out of it.
Okay.
Just because of the narrative surrounding it. I'd like if she kept it, to be honest. But but no, like 01, still an enjoyable, good show.
Yeah, good. What episode are you actually up to? Because it's been a good long time since I've watched it. 28. 29 aired yesterday. Oddly enough, I thought you would have been further ahead than that.
No.
Because I stopped when Trousers was introduced, but he hadn't transformed. I think the next episode I was going to watch was his transformation.
That was like episode 17 or 18.
Okay, yeah, I thought there'd been a load more episodes. Jeez.
So I've been meaning to do this for literally years, and there was no time like the present. So I am now completely up to date on IDW's Turtles run.
How many issues were those that you went through then?
Okay, because you can't read the main book, which is currently at issue 104.
Oh, okay, wow.
But to say tie-in material is vastly important to the Turtles books is slightly an understatement.
Oh no.
I can't imagine reading it without reading all the tie-in material, and I mean up to and including things like the Ghostbusters crossover, which plays a very key part in something in sort of the late 70s.
That's a bit annoying.
Or sort of 80s. So there's Universe, which was 25 issues. There's the Macro series, the Micro series. They were about 12 issues altogether. There was a couple of miniseries about Leonardo. There were 2 or 3 miniseries about Shredder. There's the Utrom Empire, which is 4. There's Dimension X, which is 4. There's Turtles in Time, which is 4. There's Bebop and Rocksteady Destroy Everything, which is 5. And then there's the sequel to that, which is another 5. I'm forgetting so much stuff. Shredder in Hell, which is 4 issues, and which is actually really, really, really good. Really recommend reading that. That's a great standalone read. There's continuity and stuff in it, but it's one of the easiest ones to read. And they have, like, the writing team has changed since issue 100, so that it's into sort of a jumping on point.
Okay.
Which they haven't had since, I think, issue 55?
That's good, because it sounds like it's really was pretty unpenetratable for the most part.
Dense.
Like
you have to be
dense.
willing to dig into this. Like, on the other hand, very good.
Yes. Oh, well, that's
very
good, at least.
very good read. Very interesting approach to morality in this, in that, you know how Splinter is supposed to be an ancient ninja?
I suppose depending on the continuity, sure, yeah.
And you know how ninjas weren't necessarily the nicest people in the world?
Oh, they definitely weren't. No, they couldn't be if they wanted to win.
Yeah, so that is kind of a plot point of, I want to do good, and I'm training you not to kill, but I am willing to do anything to keep this family safe.
Do they use the ninja dust, which is just like ground up glass? Good,
because
that stuff's nasty. You'll go blind from that stuff.
Yeah.
It's awful.
But the fact that Splinter is a lot more morally grey than he's still, like, ultimately a very kind individual. And that is one of the key things that keeps you coming back. Like, he is capable of being ruthless, but he is still someone who cares a great deal for people.
That sounds like he's a bit more interesting then.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like the take. Like, Splinter's not always my favorite character, but I'm usually drawn to him, have been since I was a child. But this, I think, is a really interesting, mature take on it, especially when you work in the whole mystical reincarnation thing. Shredder is good as well. He doesn't have a huge amount to do past issue 50, but like I said, Shredder in Hell does a lot into his psychology. Casey is interesting. April's great. The Turtles themselves are very individualistic. I really like them. Alapex is fantastic. One of the best additions to the cast they've made. Just kiss Raphael already, for fuck's sake.
Who is that? Is that a new turtle or?
She's the fox. If she was
okay.
You've seen the pictures of the fox?
No.
White fox. Used to be a foot made by Shredder. The whole thing about Shredder basically taking her out of the Arctic, and then in her training setting fire to a large proportion of the Arctic to say, this is how you know that you are a Foot Clan abandoning your old family, which is murdering your old family. He's saying this is like an old ritual. I think this is some shit he's pulling, but like a lot of dead baby foxes.
Bummer.
Yeah, but yeah, she's an interesting character. Art is a bit changeable, but there's 3 or 4 who are excellent, like really high quality artists.
Right.
Some good villains as well. Because this is a more morally grey book, a lot of the villains, there's a lot of team-ups with some of the villains. Like Old Hob, who is the longest running villain in the book, who is a mutant cat. He's had times when he's kind of not a good guy, but not a bad guy. But he always comes back to being just a complete and utter prick. Which is a really big plot point at the moment, because since issue 100, basically there's this reasonably sized section of New York which is walled off because Hob dropped a mutagen bomb on a political rally and turned everyone into a mutant.
Huh. Bummer.
And people Yeah, and now people are being told that they have to stay there because maybe it's contagious. So people have been separated from their families, their loved ones, everything else. And Hobb is basically now using it to build a mutant army.
Huh.
Or he's trying to. He got punched in the face by one of his oldest friends because of it, and now she's fucked off. And
Technically, being a mutant, like if you're an animal mutant, you'd have all of the benefits of that animal kingdom, which is usually a lot better than us, plus the intelligence of a human. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's kind of a big advantage.
Yeah, Hobbs got a whole thing of where he thinks that animal mutants are basically the master race. Like he meets Bebop and Rocksteady, who are utter monsters in this, by the way. Like, unstoppable. And they do horrible things. But he meets them and they let slip that they were born human, and he like goes from wanting them to join his gang and then trying to murder them.
No, he's a racist.
Oh, he's a massive racist. Massive racist. And but then he mutates all the humans at the rally, and he's just like, well, I'm the only one who can provide for these poor tortured souls that are tortured because of me. There is a new turtle in it. Her name's Jenica.
I just had a thought. It's like him as Skinner. No, is it me that's the problem? No, it's the humans that are the problem.
Yeah, that's kind of it. But yeah, there is a new turtle. She was introduced in the late 90s.
Mona Lisa?
No, Mona Lisa is in it. She's actually just been introduced. She's she is one of the people who got a bomb dropped in her.
Okay.
So, and apparently Mona Lisa, it's a name her parents gave her, and she's heard all the jokes.
Good.
But yeah, the new turtle, her name's Jenica. She is a former foot ninja, who got converted due to Karai, basically. But she's fun. She's got a new miniseries, which will probably be necessary reading to keep up with her, but I will keep reading this. I am into this right now. I am really into the world. Like the turtles are going to start a dojo in this mutant town.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Because it's the first time in their lives they can go somewhere and just go about in the daytime.
Yeah, it must be quite nice for them in a sense. And
like April is working for the mayor, and she's acting as she's not so much a go-between, but she's their spy, basically. She's pretty cool in this as well.
That's kind of an upgrade from reporter.
Yes, no, like she's had quite an arc in this, to be honest. She took on a god. Actually, she took on several gods, and basically told them go fuck themselves.
Did the god ask if she was a god?
That did come up once.
Did she say that she was a god, or did she say she wasn't?
She wasn't. She was just like, oh...
You always say that you're a god. Always say that you're a god.
Gods in this one are interesting.
Okay.
Interesting concepts. Yeah, so really, if you've got the time, which, no offense, you do, really is worth a dig in. Really is. I will be keeping up with it going forward. There's weaker issues, but I can't think of one that's just bad. The only one I didn't read was... I even read like the alternate universe stuff, like Turtles 2020. But I didn't read the Usagi Yojimbo crossover, and that's purely because of the art.
Okay, it's not to your taste?
Very retro.
Okay.
And I've been wanting to read I've been wanting to read the Usagi Yojimbo comic for years as well.
The original?
I heard it's very good.
Right.
But the art's always put me off a bit, but maybe I'll give it a go. Oh god, television-wise, Deep Space Nine was kind of the big thing.
Yeah.
But I have, because of the Turtles thing, I've started rewatching Turtles 2012.
Okay, alright.
So, because, we said often enough, we thought that was a really strong show that sort of lost its way around season 4.
That was the CG one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's just check.
So I will give it another go, basically. I want to see if I can get past... Maybe there were better episodes past the ones I didn't like.
You got further than I did in it, though, if I remember.
I'm also kind of tempted to go into the new Turtle show, because the episode I saw did not have good writing, but it had very energetic animation.
Oh, the animation looks fantastic for the show.
Yeah.
I'll always give it that, but I just don't like how it's done. I guess the story beats on for me.
Well, sure. I've only seen one episode, which was the opener.
Yeah.
And obviously Nickelodeon, since they want to kill anything with any action, have been airing
with
it
anything
atrociously. So there was really no point trying to watch it before season 1 came out. Yeah, didn't get anything in the post, obviously. Really regretting not picking up any models If I'd thought of it, I'd have gone up to Dublin and picked up a few model kits in Forbidden Planet. But I didn't. So I might order something in and then like leave it in a box for a few days to like disinfect it or something.
Yeah.
But I have it in game in a bit. I finished Bloodstained.
Hey.
I've never played those kind of Castlevania games before. It just was never something I ever got into. Really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun. Very simple gameplay, but very, very effective. Really good use of the fact you want to open up all the map. Bosses, for the most part, are pretty challenging.
They can be, definitely.
Yeah. I found maybe it's just the weapons I had, because I got this weapon late game that like hit a bazillion times in one go. And basically the last 3 bosses I found were a cakewalk. And people are going like, because one is basically you flip the room around, you wear the armor that stops you from getting hit by traps, you stand next to his head, and then you just open up.
Yeah. How I remember doing that.
Yeah, and you've got this weapon that like hits. It must be 20 times a second.
Right.
So you're just going like, and then the last 2 boss fights I found were kind of piss easy.
I always thought the hardest fights in that game was Zangetsu.
He was a bitch.
He was the hardest guy.
I died a lot to him. There was another one. I think it was the guy who teleported a lot. That gives you the teleport skill.
Is that the guy in the circular room where you kind of run in a circle?
I think so.
On a ring. Maybe. I don't know. I might be thinking of a different guy.
But no, really fun game. A lot of goofy stuff in it as well, which I appreciate.
Did you do your hairstyle a lot?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Tom the Barber.
Isn't it nice that there's one monster in there who's just like, I just want to do people's hair.
Yeah, he's dead now.
He is dead, even though he was quite nice.
Yeah.
I considered that as well, and oh.
He just wanted to. He just had to make people's hair. I like to think that we gave him that last haircut and he managed to escape.
Maybe as he died, he ascended to a better place. So his soul's in a nicer area where he does people's hair in heaven, or whatever the equivalent of this universe is.
But no, story is nothing special, but it's not really the point of the game.
No. If you like that, you might like Rogue Legacy, if you've heard of that. It's sort of similar, but it's got roguelike elements to it as well. Yeah.
But yeah, I like the character designs, I like the gameplay, I like the voice acting, I like the exploration combat. It's a really solid game. Yeah. I don't really like a lot of the negative review culture, so I tend to avoid people like Yahtzee. But someone heard I was playing the game and said like, just check, you don't need to pay attention to much of the review, just watch the end of it. And the end of it was like, thanks Bloodstained. Everyone else was fucking up the remake and we thought we were all going to move forward and everything would be original. But no, you proved it can be done right. So now all people are going to do is pretend that, anything that happened since the 90s is a piece of shit. But it proves you can do that kind of remake well. And I have noticed quite a few side-scrollers coming out in the PS Store at the moment.
It's odd that when someone actually puts effort into a re-release and it does well and it makes money, then everyone starts making cheap versions of it.
The other game I've been playing, like I said, I've been looking for time sinks. I decided to try The Outer Worlds.
Oh god, yeah, that'll be a fucking time sink.
Yeah, so I'm sort of dipping in and out of it.
I thought you were done with those kind of games. I didn't think you liked the Fallout, Star Wars, Skyrim kind of game.
Well, I'm not crazy about them, but like I said, I'm looking for a time sink.
Okay.
And I need one to keep me going until at least April 10th. It's I'm actually enjoying it for what it is. It's not open world. Each area has not a huge map. It was made by the guys who made the original Fallout games, who then went over to Oblivion. So it's a weird mishmash of, I'd say, Fallout, Mass Effect, and the Firefly TV show.
Okay.
The dialogue approach is very Firefly. Not Firefly. It's very Fallout, and you can really see the way the junk system works, how you find weapons and stuff like that. That you can see how that I can see where these guys come from. But the companion system is way more like Mass Effect. Not not like the companions are added extras to a fight. Like they will go down in most big fights. But you've got companion-based quests. You've got a relatively small companion cast. I mean, I've got almost all of them, and I've only been playing for about 10 hours.
Okay.
But so far the companion stuff has been fairly interesting. One standout, Pravati. She is the best companion in the game. She is a lot of fun, and she's usually in my party. And because she is a grease monkey type, she is like, when I say Firefly, basically your ship looks like the inside of Serenity. And at least some of your crew really feel like they were. There's a reverend. There's a spunky, lovable, adorable girl who is a you know the engineer. Like you can really, there's a smart mount who might be a pilot. There you can really see the Firefly influence. She's in my party a lot, and then it's like people. There's always a common option of someone going like, "Oh, look at this stained woman with her greasy fingers," and I'm always picking the dialogue option of telling them to shut the fuck up and be nice to her because she's fantastic.
I think everybody likes her because whenever I hear people talking about the Outer Worlds, they're always like, "Oh yeah, Pavati was it?"
Yeah, Pravati.
Yeah, they're always like, "She's my girl. She's my buddy."
Yeah, and she's got good abilities as well. She bumps up your engineering and stuff, so she's good. If you combine her with a companion to boost up hacking, you're getting into most things. But no, she's real fun and she's adorable. They also have they have an interesting approach to they put an asexual character in it. I won't spoil who it is. And they handle it very well, I think, very well. And then also there's a dialogue option where if you are asexual in real life, you can come out in the game and, oh, I'm asexual too. You don't need to be so self-aware about it. But in the game, it's like she's asexual. She's attracted to someone. There's been difficulty with this in the past. Basically, you get to take her out, get her drunk, and tell her like, listen, just ask the idiot out. You'll be fine. No one cares. And it's fun. It's a funny scene, and there's a lot of Fallout-esque wackiness to it, and also like that sort of retro 50s vibe. There's propaganda posters and stuff like that around. Story is not grabbing me at the moment, but the nature of these games,
they usually don't, from what I remember saying.
Yeah, I like the fact there's a lot less exploration.
It probably makes it a bit more of a focused experience, I would
gather. I'm told there's a lot less enemy variety and a lot of quest variety, but they said basically it does. If you're tired of Fallout, this is a game to play. Was what everyone says. And I've been tired of Fallout since Fallout 3, so this was up there. I said, "Fuck it, why not?" and I give it a go. And so far, I'm kind of enjoying it. I've still got several other games to tuck into if I get bored with this one.
You've still got quite a few things to go through.
And I'm falling into the trap of not finishing them all before I get something new.
Yeah, and you've only got till April 10th, and then
life dies.
Yeah.
Would you like to come out and they've lifted the quarantine?
I'm
you
busy.
Can go outside.
I'm busy.
I need to make sure he ends up with Tifa.
Ends up with Barrett. God, well, this is fine as well.
It's better than Eris.
I like flowers. No one cares what you like, bitch.
Apparently, you can basically take that attitude to her, which I will absolutely do. Like, I don't want your flowers. Don't want your flowers.
Flower.
Fuck yo flower, girl.
Damn.
But yeah, so that's kind of everything major I've been doing. A lot of, like, basically, I've been looking for some individual things that take up a lot of time.
Makes sense.
What about
I assume you've been doing work as well, as you're a man that likes paleontology.
Yes, not a lot, just because a lot. My work time has basically been organizing the family. Really,
that's most of my life as well.
We're doing a lot of catch up at the moment.
Oh, I don't do that.
And yeah, like one parent's gone into full isolation, one isn't. It's all very mad. So I've been setting up internet and TV and everything else with them, and oh my. Yes, I haven't really had much time to work on my own stuff, to be honest. What about yourself, Ander?
Apart from the usual work, because like I've said before, my life really hasn't changed, so my time is infrequent, but when I do get time to sit down and do stuff, I've been watching Beastars? I don't know how you want to pronounce it. You've heard of that, haven't you, Mikey?
Sexy Zootopia.
I would say good Zootopia.
I love Zootopia, be nice.
I thought it was one of the better Disney movies, but they never really do a lot with the concept. This is a much more adult kind of look at the concept, which
Very
I
much
like.
So. Apparently, it was made in response to Zootopia.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. It's got a lot of elements that are very Zootopia-ish, I suppose, but like I say, with a harder adult feel. I guess my criticism of the season 1 is it doesn't answer the first question it presents. I don't want to give anything away, but it sets up a scenario for what's going to happen, and that's left unanswered. The love kind of between the wolf and the bunny is put on a rather than a we're together. It's just like we'll see maybe. And then they set up some other stuff. It feels like a setup more for a season 2, which it does say at the end, see you in season 2. So I can't say it has a good resolution to it. But it was good. It was well written, and it sets up a very interesting world. Because it actually has a bit more of an adult take on how the carnivores and the herbivores kind of interact with each other, as there's a black market for the carnivores to go and eat meat at. As there was a beggar goat on the street who's like, you can eat my finger off for like 3,500 yen or something.
That was freaky.
It was, but in this world, makes a lot of sense. Like, you're poor, you need money for, I don't know, goat drugs? I don't know. I have to assume that's why he's homeless. He's after some kind of sick goat drugs. He's like, well, how do I make money? I sell my fingers to a carnivore to eat it raw off my hand.
But how will he open his goat drugs in the end?
That's future goat man's problems. He just needs the drug money now. I did find that there's a Yakuza lion group, which I found was a little bit on the nose. I know it's Japanese, but I was like, really? The Yakuzas are lions? Primarily only lions? Okay. But I think it's worth a watch. It's animated by the same people that did Land of the Lustrous, so the CGI is really good. It's not Knights of Sidonia or Berserk, for instance. It's really good CGI, so it's nice to look at. Would I have preferred it to be animated? I don't know.
I
don't
would,
know.
But that I just always do.
See, I don't know, because I think they do a very good job here.
I think it looks good. I wish, to be fair, having seen the intro, I wish it was fucking stop motion. But,
yeah, the stop motion's cute. It's very cute. Super fluffy.
I like the opening.
Yeah, same.
That reminds me, I did forget. I did watch 2 animes.
Oh, well, go on. We'll get yours finished then. What were the 2 animes you saw?
Set on finished.
Oh,
up,
yes.
So.
Yes.
And I watched the first episode of High Score Girl.
Oh, right. Yes, I saw you mention that on Twitter, but I hadn't heard of it, so I was like, is that a live action show?
No, High Score Girl, it's an anime based in manga. The idea is set in 1991. Boy is like king of the arcade, and then his place as Street Fighter 1 champion is challenged by a silent rich girl from his class who turns out to be really, really good at it, and he doesn't take it well, but they bond.
Oh, is this it's CGI as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've heard of this. It's meant to be okay, right?
Didn't like it.
Okay. People were wrong then.
The animation is fine. The animation style is very off-putting for me, especially in motion. Do
you think it reads better as a manga in that style?
I think so, yeah. I think absolutely so. So she doesn't talk, and he never stops talking at all.
My favorite kind of characters.
And his voice is kind of annoying. Also, Betelgeuse is in this as like a random teenager, which is very strange.
Okay.
Because the teenager is freaking out in a really weird way about his losing Street Fighter, and I'm just like, are you going to start calling yourself the Kanti? But he's a really unpleasant little shit, and it's weird. It feels like it's written by a guy who got snubbed by a girl who was better at video games than him.
Neat.
And the fact she doesn't talk as well is a real problem. because she
So
is
what
literally
you're saying is her
she's a prop.
character is so good that she didn't even need to convey anything.
Yeah, no, she is the prime sound wave of anime. But and like he never shuts up. And there's these long segments of watching people play Street Fighter 2 and other retro video games.
Are they playing it well though?
Well, she is, but
Okay.
but there's like,
Boom.
and he's saying, "Oh my god, he's such a dirty player. He's guile turtling." And then there's 3
I know
minutes.
what that is.
There is a 3-minute segment explaining guile turtling.
Yeah. See,
And how it's great to use against Zangief.
I think this anime sounds like it's really good for people who love retro video games.
Maybe, but
if you've only got a passing interest in it, I like if you say it like that and you talk about the benefits against the guy like a Zangief, people who are really into Street Fighter would be like, oh yeah, I know that stuff. That's pretty cool that they know their shit. But for someone who doesn't really care about fighting games like that, I could see why someone might not care.
If there was anything else bar that going on, I'd be better. But like the actual character stuff and the writing, it's just a little shit of a shit child who can't detect the fact. He literally goes, "She doesn't belong here." It's creepy. It's creepy and weird, and maybe people were saying that in Japanese arcades in the in the early 90s. I don't know, but it's creepy and weird. Like it feels like someone's self-insertion fanfic. It's like, well, I'm the greatest gamer. I'm going to do a manga about it. You're not the greatest gamer. Clearly, you're not even that great. You only win by cheating, or by semi-cheating. But yeah, so I wouldn't recommend it.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that it?
On you go.
All right. Well, Senton finished, right? There's no more.
Yes. For the foreseeable, unless it gets to season 2.
I don't think it will, because I don't have hope.
I never have hope.
No. It didn't end with see you in season 2 like Beastars did. But they set up for a season 2 with the Bug Academy, I suppose, which could be quite interesting.
Sexy praying mantis lady calling it now.
Oh no, Ara.
Yeah. Oh god, she would.
Yeah, I thought this was good, as we found out the woolly mammoth was a tiny grill, as tiny as Ranka. That was hilarious.
He was built like a tank.
Yes, yeah. Well, not really, but just was a tank, just because she was a woolly mammoth. So is it true that woolly mammoths were not as big as we think them as?
They're quite small, actually, for elephants.
How big are they? Because they didn't really state that.
Okay, so I couldn't give in the exact number off the top of my head.
I'm not asking for the exact.
But they are about
taller than humans on general.
3/4 the size of an Asian elephant.
So how tall would that be? Because an Asian elephant
definitely bigger.
Usually...
Well, no, big compared to like you'd still be looking at that saying you're very big.
Okay.
But like if you saw like an African elephant, an Asian elephant, and a mammoth standing next to each other, you would see that the woolly mammoth's surprisingly small.
Okay. Nice.
Like as they point out in this episode, there were mammoths that were fucking huge, but the woolly mammoth was not one of them.
Is there a reason why that was the case? Is it just because they were a different species?
Well, it's because of the environment they were living in.
Again, because they would have been in colder environments than the other ones.
So better insulation. It's better thermoregulation at that size.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she was a tiny mammoth.
Yeah, how did you feel about the episode? Because I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it, because the previous one was just kind of, this is okay. But I really liked it. It was again a lot of fun.
I think Hitomi suffered a lot, but I think the entire all the fellas watching the match loved the ring girls, and I thought, including Yena, who I thought Yena was going to pass out. But,
well, she did have a nosebleed, so yeah.
Yeah, and then at the end, it was just like, "You're my friend. I'm hugging you. I love you."
Yena has a very close relationship with Hitomi.
Yes. Yena would like to try out that penis, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was an interesting one, and I liked how it's still like Jin going like, "I only like one girl," and then it's constantly like, "Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really?"
Well, he did thank Ranka for giving him the pleasure of Hitomi, I suppose.
Yes, but then it ends on just like, yeah, just see those two together, and that's basically what life is. But yeah, no. And like Ranka's vision of the future was.
Oh, that's nightmarish.
What was wrong with his face?
I don't know. I don't even know what kind of animation that went into. It almost went into what was that anime called? Shin-chan?
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
like that style, but more cartoony and less scribbly.
Mm.
But in the same vein, it was weird.
No,
I liked
thought it was
I
good.
liked how her threat to him was, if you throw in the towel, I will never lick your face again. I was shocked that the like quick shot wasn't the towel just in the ring. It's like,
We're
no,
followed by
never.
several other towels.
Yeah, all the towels.
Also, I like the idea, like, oh, there's this academy where all the extinct animals go to school, where also Mewby asked about giant sloths. But it's
Oh,
like,
that was
so
cute.
why are the dinosaurs teaching at your school?
That's a good question. I never thought of that, to be honest. I never thought of it. Yeah, who teaches the other school then?
Just a
Oh,
series of modern...
is it all the female like
Oh,
dinosaur ladies?
yeah. Oh God.
Because all of the teachers were male, because they were all the actual dinosaurs. So maybe
Yeah,
all
that
the
is
female
true.
Ones. Yeah.
There's also a fun bit where the sister goes like, "Why don't you let me fight?" And I was just like, "Because this will be a much shorter episode."
Yeah. Woolly mammoth,
you'll-
but this is giant wolf lady.
Yeah, she will win.
Yes. Send in the honey badger.
Send her in everywhere. She's amazing.
The
I still can't
invincible
go for
honey
that bit.
badger.
That bit from the last episode, just like, he said he's gonna kill me. Yay!
Yeah, and bite me in half.
Yay!
Yeah. I again, I had a lot of fun with the show. I've heard it described as very memeable. And it is. It's delightfully memeable. There's been some great memes online of it. Yeah, it's fun. It's not like it'll never be one of those "this is as good as Akira" kind of things.
I'd argue the Akira thing, but that's just me.
Animation wise, I would disagree with you.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a different thing.
Yeah, but it is something you have to take into consideration. But if we're talking from a story aspect, then no, that's Akira's.
Well,
not
in that
very
case,
good.
it's not Evangelion.
It's not. It's not. The animation is very good for that. But man,
That pause was fantastic.
Yeah, that was literally my brain gears kind of clicking there. Going, what's happening? Mikey said Evangelion. Process what's happening. But no, yeah, Senton was a lot of fun. I do hope it gets a season 2 because, where's Monster Musume? It's never going to happen. I can then hope
manga is
that
still
maybe-
going. I can confirm the manga is still going.
Yeah, so maybe if that's the case, Senton can fill in that void as like my fun, super dumb anime show. Because Ranka's a good girl. She needs a pet on the head.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. Miyubi died again many times.
Good for her.
Good for her. Good for Miyubi. Do you have anything else you want to throw on Senton?
King is the real hero.
He is, yeah. Though he fought bugs and lost, which makes sense because human-sized bugs would be
Like a
horrifically
rhino
strong.
beetle or something like that. One of those super strong ones that
Yeah,
you can't
Jesus.
crush.
Yeah,
Like-
oh god.
Can you imagine that one of those human-sized?
Yeah, I know there's an anime. I think it's like an anime movie coming out, which is like humans stuck on a island with giant insects, and I'm just like, oh,
don't watch that.
why is that?
I was scrolling through. This was years ago, but I was scrolling through something. I found the manga for that.
Yeah,
I was just like, okay, I'm maybe it's a kaiju thing. It's not a kaiju thing.
no, it's a horror, isn't it, or something like that?
That's what it's telling you. It is.
Is it a porn?
It's as close as you're going to get to being a porn without it be. It's a basically blood, sex.
Oh no, I don't
And
like
not-
that combo.
And blood, sex. Usually one will lead to the other.
Oh no.
I read one volume and I went, nope, too much rape.
Oh. I mean, I don't think I'm surprised from what I saw from the trailer, so I'm glad to know I'm just not gonna. Yeah, if I can walk away from that. I did get I had the ability to watch Konosuba the movie again, which is great since it's not on DVD or Blu-ray yet. Still waiting for it to come out. Then I'll buy it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I've got the ability to watch that again at some point. I did the Deep Space Nine, which we talked about. I did a podcast for the Patreon with Mr. Gruff on Spawn. Good old 90s Spawn guy. So he goes through a lot of the story elements of Spawn up to current date for the most part. And then some of the side stuff as well. And we have a little chat about all the other bits of Spawn for the most part. That's up on Patreon. And apart from that, was there anything else? Oh, I've just been continuing on with Bloodborne with Boob Boone.
Yes, the uploads continue on that, I notice.
It does. Do you have PlayStation Plus?
Yes.
Technically, you could have an easier time than I am. Because you could go into the Chalice Dungeons and go and get like the really rare gems and stuff to slot into your weapons to make the game easier. Or you could get the weapons that you wanted to play around with earlier. I can't. Because to access those Chalice Dungeons, you need to be online. And I can't do that. Because I'm cheap.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
It's fine. I'm getting through anyway. I've got a few more episodes to compress tonight, and I'll probably upload them. But yeah, it's going well for the most part. I think I like playing the game, which is the main thing. And that's it, Mikey. That's the show for this week. I mean, there really wasn't much for us to talk about, but we managed to ram it full of shit anyway. As they say. Pack it full. Mikey, if people want to find, actually, no, there wasn't. Did we have a question this week, Mikey?
I think you might have something. I don't think. Honestly, I haven't checked the emails.
Okay. This one.
While I'm stalling.
This one was from Tentomon 4. The message goes, "Yo, Mikey, I found a super cute JW fan art. I just had to share, and there's a link he shared.
Yes, I saw that.
Even if it was made by a shipper, sorry. Anyway, would you agree
Filthy shippers.
Would you agree that Volcanicus is a great candidate for that combiner that we don't want separated you were talking about? I did write a fic about that for your last Xmas. Stay safe, TF. Sorry, T4.
Yeah. One, I don't get why people ship the blue and the Indoraptor.
Why would they?
Weird. He's not a nice man.
Dinosaur. Actually, they're all girls, aren't they?
No. Do you want me to get into that?
No, you're all right.
Basically, from Jurassic World
no!
on, they're both. They're both genders.
Because
someone said something sensible, which is like the single gender thing was a very bad economic decision.
Okay.
It was a very what happens if one dies? How much does it cost to replace it?
The lives of everyone in the park.
Yeah, just have them fuck. There, you have a self-replenishing stock. But yeah, the Indoraptor is explicitly male. All the advertising went out of its way to say that. But
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Volcanicus is an interesting one for that case, because the Dinobots are super unified, but they're also super individualistic. So I could see maybe... I kind of like the idea of him being kind of torn about, do I want to separate or not?
Yeah.
Because part of him wants that unification, but they're so individual. His mind could never come together like some of the other, like the Devastator or Predakings. He'd always be a bit broken.
Okay.
At least in my mind. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Volcanicus is a prime candidate?
I think he's better than the Beast.
That's a low bar.
But it's true. He'll always have that to its name.
For anyone who doesn't know, there's another Dinobot combiner.
Yeah, it was a mistake. I still prefer the Dinobots to be separate rather than as a combiner. That's what kind of made them stand out compared to... I mean, they were arguably the first team, and against everybody else, it kind of makes them unique because they didn't combine compared to everything that then followed. So I kind of like that about them. So I from a play factor, from a play standard, having them combine is a good idea because it gives you more play options. So for a kid thing and from a business point of view, it's a good idea. But from a old man Transformer fan, I like my Dinobots just to be dinosaurs.
Same here.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I think Hasbro's kind of feeling that same way because no one's talking about Volcanicus since.
Yeah.
He's disappeared off the map completely.
Yeah, I have a feeling if it's going to get pushed, we'll only see it pushed in the comics, and I don't think they're going to do that, to be honest. Mikey, anything else?
Nope.
Nothing at all. Well, where can people find you on the internet, Mikey, if you want them to?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Paleo, and you can leave us feedback through all our various means. I'm not going to list them all again. You all know them!
No.
Andy will do it anyway. But yeah, we're out there. Emails, Facebook, everything. Give us a nudge. Tell us your story.
Yeah, okay, sure, yeah.
Sit down with me. Why'd you do it?
Sounding sinister now. Sounding sinister.
What made you do it? Tell me.
Don't
Sit
feel
with me.
comfortable.
So, did you kill her?
Yes.
Oh, good. Why?
Oh, something to do with it.
It was.
The virus has us impounded, so something to do.
God, no one talked about that. The rate of murder skyrockets. We're bored.
You can find me on Twitter, CCTFW, on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can find us on patreon.com/Moonbase2. And if you do $2 each month, you get the extended version of From the Files of Teletron 2, and you also get it a week early as well. You also get the Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about non-transformery things in greater detail, sometimes with a different person who we sometimes get on, depending on what it's about and all that jazzery paz. And you could head over to ccbunker.weebly.com as well if you want to get the other stuff. And if we're ever on any other shows, we'll put the links up on there. Oh, there was one other thing I did this week, Mikey. I finished watching American Gods Season 2.
I didn't realize there was a season 2, to be honest.
Yes, yeah. It's still enjoyable. It's still... there's something about the sound levels on it which makes it, I find, quite hard to hear. So I really need to crank up the volume on my rig to hear it. But it's still quite interesting. I don't think it was as gripping as Season 1. I watched it and went, yeah, this is all right. This is interesting. And because I still have Amazon Prime at the moment, I'm on episode 6 of Buffy.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Everyone's so young, Mikey. Holy shit. Everyone's wearing such 90s clothes. It's amazing.
Odd that.
Yeah. The weird thing is Giles, when he's talking to Buffy quite a few times about the occult stuff, he makes it sound very sexual, like he's really enjoying talking about it. Like Giles comes across off as really fucking creepy. I'm finding like maybe Giles needs to be fired from the school kind of creepy. I'm not saying he's a sexual predator who preys on children at high school, but
You're not saying he's not.
I'm not saying he's not. The last episode I watched was where a female teacher was found out to be a giant praying mantis and was luring virgin boys to a house to eat them.
Are we sure we're not back onto Setting Academy?
Maybe.
Or B-Stars?
Again, maybe. So with that, Mr. Mikey, thank you for joining me for this week's episode. There wasn't much, but I hope everyone's enjoyed it for the most part, apart from you. I don't care what you think.
I hate you.
Yay! And until next week, everybody, we'll see you next time.
Be gone, peons.
What?